How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to make an epic leftover turkey recipe. You might have seen the turkey recipes we cooked last week. Loads of leftovers, and this is a really good way of using them. We're going to make a Gobbler Cobbler, loads of nice flavors, and we're going to make some bacon dumplings in the Kamado Joe. Let's go. I've stabilized the grill at 150 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to install the X rack. This is this funny thing you get sent with a grill and no one knows what it is. It's used to suspend cast iron pans on the grill grates like this. We're going to go in with some smoked rapeseed oil to help render the fat out of our bacon. We're using maple cured streaky bacon from Field and Flour, and that's going to go directly into this pot, which we're going to cook the whole of the dish in. And the fat rendering out will give us some nice flavour in our veggies when we get them in as well. So get your bacon in, give it a couple of minutes with the lid down, and once it looks like this, you're going to remove it and set it to one side to cool. Then we're going to go in with our leftover turkey. We've got a mixture of thigh and breast. This is the turkey that we did when we injected it with the butter beer mixture, so you can see some of that buttery beer running through it. We're going to chop this up into about inch pieces before dicing our onion nice and fine, and that will be the start of our Gobbler Cobbler. So that bacon fat is still in the pan. We're going to get the onion in. We're going to sweat that down until it becomes translucent. We're going to hit it with a little bit of salt before adding in our leftover veggies: broccoli, cauliflower, peas, carrots, whatever you've got left over from your Christmas, Thanksgiving dinner can go in. And then we're going to add in our leftover turkey, plenty of that. Get that all in. Then we're going to go in with our cream cheese. We've got a whole tub of cream cheese, 200 grams of Philadelphia. In it goes. Then we're going to add our stock. I've got a pint of chicken stock that I've mixed up in a vessel that I'm just going to pour over the top. Then we're going to add in our ranch dry rub. This is my own range of seasonings, all made without no added sugar. And this has got loads of nice flavors that will complement the turkey. Parsley, dill, chive, salt, pepper, onion, you name it. Loads of nice flavors. Mix this all together, and then we're going to close the lid and let it simmer for a good 30 to 40 minutes. The stew element is now bubbling away in the Kamado Joe, and it's on to making the dumplings. This is maple cured bacon from Field and Flour, and I'm just going to chop it up nice and fine, and we're going to mix that through our bacon mixture before getting it onto the grill. Onto our dumpling mix now: butter, flour, baking powder, bicarb soda, half teaspoon of this, 1.5 baking powder, the butter I've cubed up, and then we're going to use our hands and make it into a breadcrumb. Using our fingertips, we're going to start to rub the butter and the flour together. This should make a nice fine breadcrumb. Obviously the heat from your hands will start to melt the butter, so the more you do it, the finer the breadcrumbs will become. And then once we're happy that you've got like a sand-like texture, we'll start to add in our wet ingredients, and this will form our dumpling dough. It's a really sticky dough, so don't be worried if it starts to stick to your hands. That's how it should be. We're going to make a little well in the center before adding in our milk, and then we're going to go and mix this thoroughly before adding in our chopped up bacon pieces. We crisped up the bacon separately, so we don't have to worry about doing that once the dumplings are cooking. We're going to use our fingers just to mix the dough together, and then we want it to become whole like a dough ball. It will look rough, it will look shaggy. That's how it is supposed to look. In goes our maple cured bacon, all chopped up nice and fine. And then, yeah, just mix it together until it's combined well enough where you've got an even spread of bacon throughout the dough. That is really that simple. These are bloody gorgeous. Now, to get our dumplings in to cook, we want to go with a good tablespoon of the dough into the stew mixture, and make sure these are spread quite a way apart because they will expand when they cook. We've got enough dough for about 8 dumplings, so we're going to spread them far enough apart so they don't crash into each other, and then we're going to close the lid of the grill. We're not going to put the lid of the pan on because we want the dough balls to take on some smoke and crisp up from that radiant heat of the Kamado. They should, after about 30 minutes, look something like this. The stew should be nice and simmered, and the dumplings should be nice and crispy. Look at those brown, gorgeous hunks of loveliness. Cobbler's finished. 25 minutes simmering away. We didn't put the lid on because I wanted the actual smoke to penetrate into those dumplings, and we've got a lovely browning on top, and that will be a little bit of smoke that has gotten into them and given them some flavour. Now all we have to do is dish up and have a little taste. And now to taste. Let's go. Oh, a bit more than that. Oh, yeah. Such a lovely way to use leftover turkey. Really flavours them. Having the cream cheese and the stock makes a really, really nice sauce. Adding the ranch over in there gives it some lovely herby flavours. Those bacon laced dumplings are gorgeous. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you next week for another video.